Stuffins.
Bumpkin Stuffins.
It still sounds like
That's a good one.
That's a great still sounds like that.
Instead of rough McGruff, it's rough sex.
Or
So anybody.
You don't always have to.
Mike.
There we go. All right. Let me pull this up.
Yeah,
Which I
thanks.
believe.
You're welcome.
And
Again, but I could have told you that, but
Is your
you
stream up
need
yet?
to retain
Yes,
it.
it is good,
You
sir.
have to find it.
Just like we made a really bad mistake with not knowing I had long swords and the fact that we couldn't use Eric when we went to all these merchants.
Well, yeah, that's your all fault.
That was our fault.
That was hilarious. I
And
said,
that's-
and
That's
well,
our
you,
mistake,
I
man.
mean,
Eric knew. That's why I said, hey, Eurus, go with them to help them with this. I'll go do this. George knew what I was doing. Eric knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. You two just completely missed it.
And you basically stole
That's
all
why
my
Eric's like,
money.
I've been with you the whole fucking time.
They had a fun time about it. I
Yes.
will not deny
No,
that.
that was entertaining
but-
as fuck.
And Tommy robbed me of all gold except 3 pieces.
All right.
No, I
He robbed you.
I robbed you. You just don't know it.
All right.
Damn,
So,
robbing people of everything.
So actually, if they're gonna do it in like the downtime where Eric's gonna teach him to talk, you can pick times that he actually starts like adjusting his sentence structures.
I mean,
If you want to do things like that.
it's up to him to figure that. I'm not going to tell
Yeah.
him. It's up to him to develop his character the way he wants to.
Okay. I just didn't know if
That's
you're
the
like.
thing that I don't mind giving him, like, you know,
The
Things are
GM is
working
always
better,
right, cruel,
you know,
sadistic,
but
vicious,
it's
but
gonna
always
be-
right.
yes.
I'm reading your shirt.
Yes. But it's going to be up to him on how quickly he wants his character to develop through those stages. So
Makes sense.
Well, his earlier group just didn't care how he speaks, so it's probably a good idea that your character teaches my character how to
All right.
speak more.
So
few
I think
words.
last time you guys made it to
To the
bar.
tavern, but we haven't started the
You guys didn't
conversation yet. No, we were in.
Enter.
We
Okay.
just haven't
Yeah,
approached
we
the
went. We just had
contact
to
yet.
talk to because we had to go find out some shit about some other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
so,
shit about that shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
So what we will do is
Quite shitty.
you guys are going to be in the bar. I think you went up to the bar, didn't you?
I was going to sit with them to make sure they don't get in trouble, but we're going to adjust it because remember, we just figured out the sword issue. So what Critias is going to do is he's going to turn to them and be like, don't you all have some swords you could go and sell and get rid of since you don't need them?
I tried selling them.
You never tried selling the swords.
I didn't remember you had them.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
tried selling them when we were at whatchamacallit. I tried.
Oh, yeah, if you go back to the shop.
Yeah.
You haven't gone back to the shop.
Let's go.
So I'm
you guys
telling
are
you.
in the bar.
All right.
So that's what I was going to do is basically just give you guys a
Let's
description.
go to the shop and sell stuff.
Well, worry about that stuff
Not
later.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. For now, just keep with what you got and worry about that stuff later.
Yeah.
I was just going to do it so I don't have to babysit them because I was going to go with Eric.
Yeah.
Wait.
So, we got the 4 of you guys. Basically, we'll just knock it back to you guys are just getting into the bar.
Okay.
So we'll just drop it back there. So you guys get to the bar. This is Elf Song Tavern. This is where the leader of the Fists,
That's such an awkward name.
Captain
Leader of the
Zodge.
Fists.
Yes, leader of the Flaming Fist there.
Flaming
Captain
Fist, oh.
Zodge has sent you all to
Hot time tonight.
basically go and talk with a spy contact he has there. Which her name
Oh, I had it.
Tarina.
Tarina, yeah.
Yeah. So Captain Zodge has sent you all to speak with Tarina and find out whatever information you can about the. Oh, good grief! I'm just brain farting all over the place. About the Dead Three, the followers of the Dead Three.
The Dead Three, yeah.
So, as you guys get to the bar, you guys are heading in the front door. As you all enter in the front door, on both sides of the door, bookend, On the right-hand side, you see a very large female half-ogre. And then on the right side, you actually see a suit of armor that as soon as you guys open the door and walk in, it looks at you. And it just watches you guys slowly as you walk in.
And then I'm gonna look over at the ogre and go, Fiona, where's Shrek?
She's like,
I'd smack him.
I could squish you with my armpit.
Oh, no. Eric says he smacks him.
You go and smack him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
initiative.
And that's no way to talk to a lady.
Ooh, the bard. What's he?
She's
I'm
like,
I'm a barbarian.
she kind of rears back a little bit and gives you a little smirk and a wink. She's like,
Ooh.
she's like, y'all play nice.
Well, I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. Speaking of loving,
Oh, no.
Oh, she liked that too.
Oh, shit.
She kind of smirks a little bit and like watches you. And as you go walking into the bar, she actually takes a look down at your buttocks.
No, I was gonna say, damn it, I keep wanting to say Orsic, but it's not.
Angros.
Angros.
Angros?
Yeah. It's easier to pronounce than actually, like...
And gross.
Yeah.
Angros.
Yeah.
Angros.
You
I'm
gotta
gonna look at
tell
Ingros and say, I think you might have a chance, buddy. And we'll walk up and no, actually I was gonna talk to her and I'm not great with the names. So but we were
Tarina?
just there. So Eric doesn't know them, but Eurus does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're...
And because we're looking for what's her
Tarina.
Tarina. Tarina.
you wouldn't happen to have seen Tarina around anywhere, would you? Friend, and I cast friends on the.
No,
You're cast. So you're gonna cast a spell right in front of the half ogre on the half ogre.
It's just friends. Hold on, let me double check.
What kind of components
No,
does
I
it?
won't because we've already had a good
Wow.
Yeah, I mean she's had a good interaction with you, so.
Yeah, I think I like my chances at this point.
Yeah.
brown chicken brown.
So.
How I Met Your Mother. Have you met Angros?
So basically, as you're talking with her and you're asking her about Tarina, she's like, I'm not sure. What does she look like?
Yes.
What?
Did
She
tell us
looks
what
up
she looked like? Or
Yeah.
did the guy at the thing tell us what she looked like?
Yeah, she's a human,
Oh,
like bandit type.
well, yeah. I didn't write a description.
Yeah,
down.
just a human female. You know, she's a spy or whatever.
Critias is gonna talk to the orc chick and say, you see this big thing here? She's not like this. Does that help narrow it down a little?
She kind of shrugs. She's like, But you do know that Tarina is a human.
Okay.
So she's a human, like, bandit, basically.
Okay.
It's the way she dresses.
Well, from what we've heard, we've never really met her, but we're supposed to make contact, and it's a human woman. Might be a little sneaky. Might be a little,
Crafty.
kind of
Stealthy,
rough around
stealthy.
the edges. And
Yeah.
Rough around the edges.
what'd you say her name was? Perforos?
Perforos. Actually.
I can't remember it. Ingros.
Ingros.
Have you met
Yes.
Ingros? Him love you long time.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh, damn!
She kind of looks up and she's like, ooh, he's a big one.
You know what they say
That might
about
be
big
a little
feet?
more your style.
My character is confused. He looks at you like, huh?
You've seen the half ogre chick. She kind of looks over at you. She's like winks at you real hard, but like smiles real big.
How many teeth is she missing?
Uh-oh. He's rolling.
8 of them.
Oh!
Yeah. She's missing a few
Did
teeth.
we get a long rest at the end of the?
Yeah,
last
we're
session?
full. We haven't had anything to expel
Not
anything
since you
yet.
guys have gotten to town. So
Okay.
you did one charm spell. I think that's all you've used.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
You've got
I was just
everything
making
else.
Sure that. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are full on everything else.
I love how we're trying to get the Goliath laid with the half ogre. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
It's-
worry what we're
Hey,
doing.
it's been working well so far.
We're gonna try to get the half orc
That's
laid
what-
with a gnome.
I'm trying to work on his diction.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's
And
trying
that's
to
when
work
I
on
look over at the
dictation.
Goliath and go, just remember, pull out, no babies.
Don't trust. I point to you and I say, don't trust.
No, she what is this chick's name?
Oh, and then I'll reply. We
I'm
don't
sorry,
trust you
I'm
anyway.
sorry, Sugar. We didn't catch your name.
Skuna.
Skuna.
Yeah.
Kuna?
Skuna.
Kuna, this is Matata.
Skuna. Skoona.
I'm actually jotting that down.
Yeah.
Is it
So
Skuna?
that's Skuna.
What's it?
Have you
Skooa?
gotten
OONA.
O-O-N-A.
We're on.
Skuna.
This is like the D&D dating game or something.
It happens
Half
every
ogre.
time.
No, man. I'm
Yep.
freaking charismatic, dude. I talk to every freaking buddy.
Oh, I love it.
Half ogre.
Actually, we're gonna have the Goliath and the half ogre chick.
What is it, like a bodyguard?
Fight over a kid. I mean,
She's got it.
Yeah, she's the bodyguard of the... Did we catch the name of this tavern?
Yeah.
Elf song.
Elf
Elf
song.
Song
The what?
Tavern. Elf Song Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The elf. Elf.
Oh, I do have it. Sweet. I didn't think I had my notebook up here.
Yeah. So yeah, Elf Song Tavern. So yeah, she doesn't recognize the name. She's like, a lot of people come in and out, don't really know exactly who you're looking for.
So we're in Baldur's Gate, right?
Yes. Yeah. You are correct, sir.
You are correct, sir.
So, yep.
You said an elf song.
Yeah.
Elf Song Tavern.
Yeah.
And we're looking for, you said Tarina?
Yep.
Yes.
Sorry, I just realized I have my notepad up here and I'm trying to write them all down.
You're good.
So she's
Do we?
she basically points over to the bar and she's like, "You can go talk to Alan. He may know something."
Kind of a fucking name
what
is
was,
Alan.
Alan.
You said it was a half ogre?
Yes.
Just
ALAN or ALLEN?
ALAN.
That's when I look over. This is when I look at the
What was her
paladin. Okay.
Skuna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SKOONA.
And then Alan was the bartender?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
What race is he?
Who the
Bartender.
human.
Human? Okay.
Yep.
And I'm gonna look over at Critias and go, "You need to say your name's Karen and you want the manager."
Oh my god. I cast silence.
Oh, actually, no. I do need.
Well, if that's the case,
I
why
walk
don't we
up to
just
the bar.
let's just take the maul and knock the orc over the head and knock him out. Boom.
I walk up to the bar.
I'll go with him.
There we go.
I'm,
Actually, my bad.
Did she point to him when she said
Yeah.
go talk to Alan and pointed to
Yeah.
him?
Yep.
Yeah, she said talk to Alan. Actually, Alan is a half elf.
Thank you. You completely fucked up all my notes.
Yes. Score.
Alan's a half elf. Okay.
Yeah.
remember
yeah,
what his
half elf.
shirt says, Adam. He says, cruel, sadistic, and vicious.
Yeah.
That's just George. That has nothing
mean,
to
it
do
is
with him
me.
being a DM.
In a
anyways.
general sense, he is correct.
That shirt was made for him.
Yes.
Literally, it
Okay,
should say.
done.
All he has to do is drop the M and write EORGE. The George is always right.
Yes.
Cruel, sadistic, vicious,
George.
but always right.
The George.
The George.
The George. But yeah, no,
Alright,
the
so I walk up to Alan
I'll go with him, by the way.
and I say, "Pardon me, barkeep. I'd like whiskey for my men and beer for my horses. So that'll be 2 whiskeys and 2 beers."
So okay, I can take care of you boys. Or actually, this is a half elf, so he's kind of a hoity-toity, like, you know.
Uppity.
Yeah, he's a little uppity, little bit uppity. Not bad.
Sorry, I'd be like, excuse me, sir.
I also go up to the barkeep and ask for food.
Okay.
You fat bastard.
How do you do it?
Food. I just kind of pound my fist down and say, food.
Can we roll initiative to see how much strength he uses, and he breaks the damn bar?
Nah, we ain't doing all that.
What's that gonna cost for all of that?
So basically for the 4 drinks, it'll cost you guys 2 gold. 2 gold to get you guys all the drinks or whatever.
Oh, I'm
you
not
need.
drinking, so I'm not paying.
Food.
Yeah, well, I mean, he ordered
Yeah.
drinks.
I got it.
He ordered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Food. Well, large sir, what kind of food would you like? Would you like wet, moist food? Would you like meat food? Would
Meat.
you like meat? Let me see. Would you like big rack of meat? You want
Big
chicken?
rack of meat.
That'll work. So he calls back to the cook and tells him.
Hey,
to
Schooner,
cook
they're
up
over
a-
here talking about you.
he calls back to the cook and he's, orders up a rack of meat. That'll be a gold. And you get whatever drink you want with it. We'll do a combo deal.
So now you got 2 drinks.
So you got to pay a gold for the food, the drink you're getting with it, and then Eric is buying drinks.
Yeah.
So you got to pay a gold.
Okay.
Would you like an ale? Would you like a
Ale.
cider?
Devil's spit.
Can
Dragon spit.
do. Can do.
So I put down a piece of gold, take the food and meat in one hand and drink in another.
Okay. Yeah, so he orders up, and you get like a big rack of meat they bring
Leaves you
out,
with
and
one-
then
it leaves you with 2
the barkeep ends up pouring your drinks there. Eurus ends up lining them up, and he's just do 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 do. There you go, gentlemen. Enjoy.
How's that noise go?
Do do do. And then so he's like, there you go, gentlemen. You all enjoy. If there's anything else that you all require, please do let me know.
You
How,
wouldn't
how
have
I'm
to
does,
gonna
yell,
link-
would you?
Hang on.
George, how does the meat look? Like, is it in?
It looks
Have you
like
ever
a
seen
big
a rack of ribs?
Flintstones, like bone coming out of both ends with a bunch of meat on them.
Then I just take it with one hand
No,
and
you
just
say
tear right into
Flintstones,
it
that's
with my teeth.
Cool.
Like very
I know exactly.
bad manners.
Cool.
I mean, you're in the right place for bad manners.
I'm going to ask the barkeep. We're looking for Tarina.
Yeah, I was working on that.
Yeah.
Vincent was talking over, so we weren't able to do it. And I'm like, I'm waiting for him to shut his mouth and close it when it's full of food. And then I was going to ask.
Who's
Yeah.
got the best charisma out of you and Eric?
Yeah. You wouldn't. You
I don't
wouldn't
have to
happen
roll
be
for
Alan,
it.
would you?
I am Alan.
You wouldn't have to know Tarina.
Yeah, we just had a
Tarina.
lovely conversation with Skuna, and she said you might have some information about Tarina. We've been sent by insert name to
Captain Zod.
see if
Yeah,
she
Captain Zod. Ah, instead of General Zod.
Yeah. It's like Dodge, except with a
if we could
Z.
be some assistance.
Is that an actual name in the story? Captain
What?
Zod.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's straight from the book. That's Captain Zod. So he kind of looks at you guys and he's like, I'm not really sure. I'm a little foggy on who that might be. I mean, do you have a description? Do you have any kind of information?
Human woman, stealthy.
I've got a couple of
I
lovely
don't know.
ones handing out drinks there, if that's what you're looking for.
Wait, what was that? Sorry, I cut out.
No, Alan was like, I have a couple of lovely human women handing out drinks. I'm not sure if, I don't believe any of them go by Tarina, but if you have a little more information.
That's all right. Maybe you can help me out with something else. We're all new in town, and I happen to be of the traveling performer variety, and I didn't know if, for a small fee, I might be able to offer entertainment via certain skills and abilities that I have accumulated over a certain amount of years that might be beneficial.
I
To
lean
the
over and I
establishment.
said, it's not involving a pole, though.
And he's like, why would it involve a... I'm not exactly sure how a pole would work. They usually just hold up the buildings. But, basically, Alan kind of looks at you and he's like, I'd love to, but that may possibly anger the spirit that haunts this establishment. So I really...
Is that Tarina?
No. There is a rumor that a very gorgeous elf singer died within the building, and basically every so often the elf spirit will actually sing a song. It's usually a bit rough, but yeah, I'd really rather not anger the spirits.
Gotcha.
Well, it doesn't have to be a solo.
It doesn't have to be a solo. Roll with your
My
solo.
hands are dirty too.
Oh.
Well, I had a commercial come up on mine, so I don't, it might have been bad.
Do what you need to
Yeah,
do.
me too.
Smoke 'em wherever you got 'em.
I can still hear you guys, but
Yeah.
it's back
Okay.
for me now.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
So Alan's basically like, he's like, I'd really appreciate it, but I will have to basically not take you up on that offer, because I really would not want to anger that elf spirit. There's no telling what it may do.
Well, maybe I can have a conversation with this elf spirit. Maybe she would know where Tarina is, because nobody else in this damn place seems to know.
Hey, I mean,
Can we intimidate the barkeep?
you could.
Who
Good.
has the best intimidation? Hold on.
But I mean,
Probably me. Actually,
so
probably
Alan's kind of
Eric.
sitting there and he's like,
Actually, I have a plus
yeah,
some
I'm still
intimidate.
not, still not making a real good
Oh.
connection there. A little bit
I'm a higher
foggy headed.
Can I get an insight check on him? I don't believe him. I think he's hiding this because
Yeah.
we've been told
Roll
that she's
me,
a little sketchy. And
roll
I think
me,
that there might
insight
be some
check.
kind of a
Yeah.
password
So it's just
situation
saying
here going
guidance
on.
right about now. And I
That's
can't
a
do it.
16.
16. You get a solid feeling that Barkeep knows a little bit more than what they're alluding to. About that time that you're kind of like looking over the barkeep kind of like slides a hand out there, just kind of open palm. I mean,
I'll give him a gold piece.
slide him a gold. Okay.
Yeah. Come on, friend. Let's not be coy.
So
We're here to
Flirt
help.
with the barkeep
So the
now?
barkeep
We think that
takes the gold coin and like bites at it a little bit, flicks it in the air, and lets it land in his pocket. And he's like, I mean, if I were of the type of a person that I think from rumors that I've heard that Tarina is, she would probably be upstairs on the second floor.
Is there a pole in that room?
I mean, there's a lot of poles. They hold up the second floor. They hold up the roof.
Those are pillars.
I'm not sure what kind of pole you're. You're a
What'd
very
you say?
pole-centric gentleman, aren't you?
What'd you say, Eric?
So the barkeep kind of looks at you like, kind of weirded, like, okay, he keeps asking about poles. But
just
no,
out of your general experience, if we were to, finish our drinks and go ahead and walk upstairs and try to have a conversation with Tarina, do you think that would be well received?
I mean, if you've got gold in tow, there are, a number of people upstairs playing.
I don't know that many people that have gold toes. Let's just cut the. I can't even say it straight.
The guy's like, I mean, you never know until you've tried it. But I mean, if you have coin on hand, there are a number of people upstairs that are playing different card games and dice games, bone.
I'm gonna take the badge that is it Zod or Zod?
Zodge.
Zodge.
Like
Gave
Dodge
us, and I'm
with
just
the-
kind of put
Yes.
it with my hand kind of on the table, and being like, and just saying along the lines of, and raise my hand as I say it, just be like, we would appreciate any assistance, and then cover it back up.
Yeah.
And then slide my hand back over the table. Because I don't know if he's seen the back. I don't know if they're wearing them. I know I'm not.
Well, you guys said that you were sent by Zaj.
Yeah. Well,
He
still.
said you guys were...
But that doesn't mean we're working for him.
Well,
so there's that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the badge helps, but...
So after seeing the badge, Alan kind of looks at you guys.
I was wearing mine, so...
Yeah, you were wearing yours blatantly.
I was wearing mine too.
After he slides it up, and she looks up and notices that you've got one on,
because that's the thing. I don't think
she just saw you guys come in as regular patrons or anything.
She or he?
Or he. I keep thinking he. No. So Alan's like, I mean, your best bet would be on the second floor. Just make sure not to make any messes. I would appreciate it.
Ew.
My establishment is quite clean and tidy for the time being. So, no, I mean, I'd suggest just go up there and take a look. And if there's anything else that I could help you all out with, please do let me know.
I'm actually...
Alan, you're a gentleman and a scholar. We appreciate your assistance, friends.
Thank you very much, good sir.
I'm actually going to sit down at the bar and wait. I'm going to wait for them to kind of leave and go upstairs, but I'm going to sit at the bar and wait for a little bit.
Okay.
We can finish our drinks, but that's what I'll say when we're heading out.
Well, I just need to... Yeah, I don't want you guys to know what...
Can I just...
So...
Go ahead.
I don't want to go too far up there, but can I just, go and, peek my head around the... I'm guessing it's probably, a stairwell and, a hallway up there or something like that?
Yeah, over on the far side, if you're looking at the stream, this is a stairwell that actually leads upstairs. On the far side, there's a fireplace that's going, a bunch of different patrons, throughout the building.
And I'm going to kind of examine the layout of the room while I'm sitting there. At the bar, I'm actually going to turn and kind of, swivel and look around just to see what I make of
give me
the characters in the
check.
bar. Cool. 4.
Well, you just see there's a lot of hustle and bustle. There's a lot of patrons that are in here. There are 2 females that are going around dropping off food. And
I misspoke. I rolled a
tables.
6, and it's +1. I thought it was a 3. It's a 7. Sorry. I can't read today.
Yeah, it's still about the same.
I didn't think it changed that much, but I just wanted to correct myself.
There's one gentleman over on the far side sitting on a couch that has a box next to it that is just knocked out to the world. Or actually, no, he's writing. The other dude that's knocked out.
The guy over here?
Yeah.
This is the guy that you see knocked out? Okay.
No, he's not knocked out, but you see him sitting on a couch and he's writing in a little book, and he's looking around the room. He's looking at you all and looking at the different people moving around, and you just see him scribing in a little a little notebook.
Okay. What I'm gonna do first is after I see that is I'll lean over to the bartender, Alan, and I'll pull a small little journal and booklet out of my pack, and I'm going to kind of slide it over to him and then kind of open a page so he can see it, and just be like, have you seen any of these characters? And each one has, they don't have names, they have descriptions.
Yeah.
But they're bulleted so you can kind of make out the number of them.
Yeah. So Alan
here's
the
notes if you wanted to read what is in the book.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you know who they are, but yeah.
So with the stuff that's written on there and at a quick glance, Alan he stops for a second. He's like, not anything detail-wise, but I have heard some stories told of events that took place several years ago. That sounds like a group that was mentioned, but I don't really know anything specific. I just know that sounds reminiscent of a group that, was took part in the large dragon-related event that took place several years ago. And beyond that, I really don't have any other information that I could really come up with.
Okay,
That's about the best.
So I'll then subtly close the book, pull it back, and then put it back in my pack.
Okay. And then you're finishing up your food. You're getting through that meat, and you're
Yeah, with one hand with food falling down off my, and I notice all this going on, and then when I'm finished, I put down the bone, drink my ale, put it down, go to the barkeep and say, "Good food." And like this, I just.
He's trying to
Knock
punch,
it.
like a shoulder
Shoulder nudge.
nudge with the fist.
The
Fist
barkeep.
kind of like the good food. but
Yeah.
obviously, his fist is probably as big as the barkeep's head.
Yeah. So basically, I'll say that you're close enough that you can actually contact, with the barkeep, and be like, you got a solid hit there, good sir, good large sir. I'll make sure to let the chef know that you send your compliments.
And I
In the same way.
and then I do it
As
again.
soon as I get the feeling back in my shoulder.
And then I say thanks to his other shoulder.
He's like, oh, okay. I see you,
Now
good
he's
sir.
he's like he waves bye.
All right.
Dead arm.
I'll let him know.
All right, I'm gonna
Right.
actually get up then and then walk to the guy who's looking around the room that I saw.
Yeah, and I'm getting up and kind of, I don't want to go too far upstairs, but I do want to go and kind of get a look at what's going on.
Yeah.
And I have my ale that I have not drank out of yet.
Okay. So, as you guys are kind of making your way around the room, what are you doing? Oh, actually, that's you. What are you doing? Just taking your drinks?
Most part. Can I sneak into the room with all the chests?
Well,
you don't know that's there.
I mean, you can see, kind of into this room. There's boxes and stuff, shelves. It just looks like storage. Looks like a giant, storage pantry.
Well, what's the deal? Is that the one with the chests and everything?
With
Yeah,
this stuff back here?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Storage.
yeah, probably. You can see kind of in that doorway there's some boxes, but there's not chests. It's like barrels, just shipping boxes. That's what I know. This one looks like a chest, but it's not an actual chest. It's just
right.
no, it's not a chest. It's just a box.
Okay.
But, I mean, if you want to try and slink back there, you can do it.
Sure.
When I'm looking around, do I notice anybody after I finish eating, where my friends are?
So you see him get up and head towards the guy on the couch. Eurus is kind of making his way over to the stairwell. I don't think McGruff moved. He's been eyeballing into that room. And then, I mean, that's pretty much about it.
So I go over because I'm curious as to also what's in the room, but I get my maul ready for action. Well,
Okay.
actually, I just.
Can I do an investigation?
I just take the bone.
So you're gonna go up to the room. You're just gonna be blatant. You're just gonna walk up and take a look in the room.
Oh, I might get side-eyed.
I follow.
I mean, it's up to you. You tell me what you're doing. I'm gonna go take a look. Okay. I'm just gonna expect that you're just gonna. I mean, you tell me.
Is there a sneak roll I can do?
Yeah, stealth.
Okay, I'm gonna do a stealth roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow to see because I'm noticing him looking in, and I'm curious too. So I follow.
They tell you it requires D20, right?
Yes. Yeah, stealth roll.
So I just
I rolled an 8.
8. What's your stealth?
Plus,
Well, it's basically whatever your dex is, and if you're proficient, your proficiency goes with it.
Plus 1, so 9.
9. Okay.
Not very stealthy.
And then you're gonna go with him.
Yeah, by also using stealth as well.
You have to roll 2.
So you're just
since you
gonna
have heavy
go
armor.
to the doorway. You're gonna step into the room. Where are you
I'm
going?
gonna go in the doorway and look in.
Okay. So as you go over, you basically just kind of hook around the corner and take a peek in there. As you go by here, you can see that these rooms are like little lounge areas. They have a table with a set of chairs. As you go and look in that room, you just see stacked boxes. Just look like stacked shipping boxes. It smells a little bit like cured meats. So you can kind of smell, like raw, like cured meats coming
That's
from the
bad
boxes.
for my character.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Like I said, he doesn't have a drinking problem. He has an eating problem.
So he's just a fat
That's the
bastard.
Jenny Craig diet.
What?
But yeah, I mean, pretty much, you guys can kind of just smell like cured meats and like grains and different stuff that are just stored back there.
Food? I point.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you
Why?
can see some casks, barrels, just different stuff of that manner.
Good food.
No. You cannot have food. You're on a weight loss diet. Sorry.
You're on Jenny Craig. We ain't doing it. But as you guys are going over and checking that, you're walking up to the guy on the couch.
Yep.
And as you're walking up, he kind of stops and looks at you and writes some. Ooh, I like that idea. Ooh, no. Scratch that out. Yes. Yeah. And you can kind of hear
Is there
him.
somebody in there writing a D&D campaign?
He's
Maybe.
homebrewing it.
Maybe.
So I'll sit down and put that ale kind of in front of
George
me.
just created himself as an NPC.
I'll take
That would be
the.
hilarious.
I'll sit down across from him, and set the ale kind of on the table and just kind of glare at him for.
Well, there's no table. It's a couch. It's just a couch.
Okay, make that some bullshit.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's just
well,
sitting on a couch.
Is there a
You can
chair
sit next
nearby
to him.
that I can pull? Instead of
there's
across
a couple
from him?
that are in front of the fireplace.
So I'll grab a chair, pull it in front of him, holding the ale, sit down and just kind of like stare at him. I don't want, not necessarily like a menacing way, but like a way that I'm not approving.
Yeah.
And I want to know what he's doing, kind of thing. But I'm not. But again, it's the stare that's doing that. Not I
Yeah.
haven't said anything yet.
Okay. So as you sit there, like you move the chair over and you sit down. You're drinking your ale now.
Not yet.
Now you're still just holding it.
Yep.
So as you're sitting there and holding it, he stops and he looks at you. No reaction. Interesting.
So I'm then going to reply, since I know that's what you're waiting. What are you working on?
He's like, it's a play. Gaining inspiration from the patrons of this bar on characters to use.
Who's Voldo?
And you're using me how?
I haven't figured that out yet. What would you like to be? Would you like to be a bar owner? Would you like to be a heroic type? Would you like to be the town drunkard? What would you be interested in? And he just stops and he's like got his pen and paper and he's just looking at you like,
What do you think? What do you think suits me? Since you're the playwright.
Dead look in his eyes. Toothy scowl. You would probably be a good villain. And he's just like, and he just keeps writing in his little book, like, little ideas. He's like, would you like to see some of my ideas?
And
Did Gillum just appear?
Gillum. It's a Gillum. Just a beer.
Gillum pops out and drops down on the table on the couch.
Now it's Gillum writing a sitcom.
Yeah. But no, he's just writing a bunch of different stuff. And you said you wanted to look at the tab. You asked him. So he's like, yeah, sure. He spins it around and hands it off to you. And you just see that he's got on there like half orc, shirtless, boisterous, and then, cloaked, let me see, cloaked acolyte, blah, blah, like he's just got descriptions written and then like ideas of, second lieutenant, evil commanders,
Do I see anything that describes the people on my list as I'm reading through?
You see a couple of small, like you go flipping through.
I'm flipping. I want to flip through the whole thing. Yeah.
So, as you're flipping through it, you end up flipping back to one of the earlier pages, and you actually see a list that has 3 of the same race. It doesn't say what their class or anything. It just has like, blue dragonborn, dwarf, and a hobgoblin like written on there. And you see that. It doesn't say, hobgoblin, this, that. You just see those 3 races, and you kind of...
And they're together, so it looks like they were together.
Yeah.
Thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, you see a little bit of a little scrawling of that. And it just says, it actually has like the 3, what they were. It doesn't have any names or anything, but then it has like a little bracket and a line coming across it. And he says, beginning group.
Okay.
And that's all that you really see off those first couple of pages. Nothing else. A couple lines down, you'll see that it says like dragons. But that's about all that you really see from there.
Okay.
And then, so while you're doing that, Eurus, I would say about this time, you've been basically just kind of trotting around through the room slowly.
Yeah, I'll let you move on.
Yeah.
I have some other...
I'm just up there kind of peeking around, seeing what's up.
Okay. So as you are going through...
Maybe looking for a human woman, maybe not.
I was going to say, there, as you're sliding through in between the tables and different stuff, you see that the 2 barmaids that are dropping off drinks and everything, like they give you a glance, whenever they walk by you on their way to the tables or whatever.
Yeah.
But, not anything, intrusive or not anything like a signal. They just kind of, give you a quick smile and, just move past you.
I smile back.
Okay.
Just being cordial, like I'm not looking suspicious or anything like that.
You're just moving through the room.
Like me trying to go in a room with a bunch of supplies and shit, trying to
fruits and meats and all kinds of. So no.
Well, especially because it's been established that we're paying customers, and that it feels like from our conversation with the bartender that upstairs isn't necessarily off limits.
No, not at all. It is a tavern, so there are sleeping quarters, which will all be on the second floor. So, there's a common area, and then there's sleeping quarters. So, there's by no means any section of this place that is, like, off limits. Other than, like, the kitchen. They ain't going to let nobody and their mama just walk back into the kitchen. But otherwise, no, not really.
Can I walk back to the kitchen?
Yeah. If you want to walk back to the kitchen.
Let's walk back. Yeah, I'm going to walk back there.
You gonna walk back? You gonna go back to the kitchen?
No. Bad Goliath. No food for you.
He's like a friggin' puppy dog.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to go. I'm going to
cow.
leave that room. I'm like, there ain't nothing in there. And I'm going to walk over to the kitchen, go in the kitchen. And
Okay.
I'm going to do a little investigating and see what's kind of, just like a glance in.
I follow too because
do an investigate roll.
Well, you do perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
17.
Does he see the frying pan that is aimed at his facial region?
So basically, as you're kind of popping back there, Alan kind of turns to you guys and he's like, gentlemen, please don't go back there. The cooks and everything are very busy, and I wouldn't want somebody to run into you guys, through the door, because, don't want anybody to get injured on property. My insurance doesn't cover that.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
But I mean, if you're still gonna like pop open the door, as you open the door and look back, you just see there's a couple of cooks. There's another cook. The other cook that's in the back, this one right here, you can kind of see that cook is chopping away at like food, vegetables, different stuff, but while looking at the ceiling and just.
He's blind, isn't he?
How do you do that?
Now, Goliath. Now. Pitch in the head.
He's blind,
No.
isn't he?
How do you do that?
I don't know.
So yeah, you just see him, and I mean, he's just, he's like, he's got stuff, and he's like grabbing a bowl, and you just see him scoop stuff into the bowl, and he grabs some more stuff, and the other two cooks come, like, drop some potatoes on the table, and you see him kind of put them in a certain spot within arm's length of the main cook there, and the cook's just, dicing up some food, throwing some meat together, just a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and that's all you really see out of it, just that activity.
Okay.
Nothing interesting.
Real quick, just so I can finish what I was going to do on my end, I was going to point out those names to the playwright, or those descriptions, and be like, these three characters, where did they inspire you from? Or where are they inspired from?
Oh, those three. Upon first entering Baldur's Gate, I always go to some of the more secluded areas and just try to find out as many stories and legends and, mythical whatever it may be. And that just happened to be a couple of people and characters that just kind of, they stood out to me. I don't have a lot of information on who they were or if they were real. But all I know is they told like a story of like there was a dragon attack and there were numerous groups of adventurers that were doing things at the time. There was mention of a frost giant and just, I don't know, just all kinds of very wild and elaborate things that it just struck a chord with me. So I wrote down
Struck a chord or stroked a chord?
Oh, it kind of did a little bit of both. I got a bit of a chub. But it really stood out to me. So I wrote down that information. Beyond that, I don't know. But I do, like I said,
Where'd you hear about them?
Just in some of the lower areas. I've asked a lot of people, and I don't remember everybody that I spoke with. There are numerous groups that just have odds and ends information available. So, I mean, for a little bit of coin, you might go into a dark alley and try to find an information broker that may be able to, give you some stories or give you some... I was just looking for inspiration, so I took whatever stories that they had and just kind of went with it.
Looks like we got a friend here.
Yes, the mascot.
Yeah. The Chaotic Beagle.
Chaotic
Literally.
herself.
Literally.
But yeah, so that's
Okay. So I'll
in the dark alleys you can find many information brokers that they'll gladly tell you a story and do otherwise.
Okay. So I'll then close the book and just kind of hand it to him, like very nonchalantly and so forth, and just be like, "I thank you for your time."
Yeah, just watch.
And then I'll get
Step
up
on that black.
and then I'll get up.
Are you
and-
sure? Don't cover
Don't-
her ears like.
Don't offer it when the camera's on.
Oh man.
What'd you say?
She said not a problem.
But all right,
but
so
yeah.
I'll close the book, hand it back to him, and say, "Oh, thank you for your time," and then I'll get up. and just walk back to the bar.
Okay. So yeah, you two are looking in the kitchen. Eurus, you were heading towards the staircase, just kind of checking people out. What else were you gonna do?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm seeing, based on the conversation, like I said, we had with the bartender, he said that she might be up here, so I'm kind of like trying to see, without making it too obvious that I'm looking for her.
Yeah.
Tarina.
Yeah.
And, or just like see whatever he said she might be around like the card games and all that stuff. Like, is it like out in the open, or is it like, there's nothing going on? It's just.
Yeah. So as you go up, so you can go up the first set of stairs to the landing, and then it hooks to the left, and you go up a second set of stairs that take you to the second floor. So on the second floor is just kind of a large common area. You see a number of people. There are two long, like 10-foot long tables with a bunch of chairs. And there's a couple groups of people, a few people up here that are just, one's chilling on a couch. And then you see a human female, a couple of dwarves, and another male human that are sitting at a table just playing. It looks like they're playing some kind of a game.
I'll just briefly glance because I've got a little bit of a background.
Yeah.
With, like,
I mean, you'd be able to just kind of peek up, over the crest of the stairs as you're going up to the second level. You'd be able to just kind of peek and not, like, draw any attention to yourself and see. And you see that there are several people up there.
Yeah, I'll just mingle, walk around, and see what's going on.
You gonna go up to the second floor?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're heading up to the second floor. What are you guys doing?
I'm just following him.
So we're playing Follow the Leader.
We're gonna. I just want to find out what's in all these rooms. We're gonna go to what's the room that's like not the one where Adam's up. The next room. It's beside the kitchen.
Well, that whole thing is the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that whole back area is the kitchen.
I'm gonna go investigate this room right here.
Okay. So you take a look in that room, and as you look around the room, you see there's a pretty sizable table, a number of chairs. You can kind of see the back of the fireplace kind of hooks into that room and takes up a little bit of space. On the back of that fireplace, you do see the head of a green dragon, like, mounted on the wall.
George, do I see a chair, like, singled out, like, in one spot?
No. All the chairs are right next to the table.
There's no mimics.
There's a couple of windows on the far side, leading outside.
So as far as what I do is that I just gently take my maul and just jab each chair like it's alive.
You
like,
just go and poke each chair.
Yeah.
I mean, you go and poke each of the chairs. They kind of wobble. One of them falls over, but that's it.
I quickly put it back up.
Yeah. None of the chairs. None happens. You're safe. But yeah. So, nothing in that room.
But I noticed.
You said you were going back to the bar.
I was going to go straight back to the bar to sit down and keep looking around the room to see if I see anything that stands out.
Okay. So you're going to go and do that. Give me a quick perception roll.
That's better. 19.
All right. I mean, really, as you pan around the room, it's all honestly just a bunch of drunk ass patrons. You do see that the half ogre is kind of watching your barbarian and the fighter. Like, she's kind of watching them and just kind of like keeping an eye, but the animated armor that's up there is just, it's still just locked in, and anybody comes in the front door, it just looks
It's like
at them,
animated, so to
yeah.
speak. Okay.
Yeah, so you just see it looking at anybody that comes in the door. But the ogre's just kind of keeping an eye on these two. Just not real bad, but just like.
Does she see? And I know that she's looking at them.
Yeah, I mean, she's by no means making it like, she's trying to hide. Like, these are the bouncers. They're like.
Well. Okay.
Yep.
That's fine.
When I see the dragon head, I slowly look at it and seeing how, just look at the dragon's head and point and say, clean cut.
Not food. Don't eat.
No, clean cut. Head. In other words, I
because it's
admire-
got like a nice little wooden plaque on the back of it, and it's mounted on the wall, and
Yeah.
it's like, it's making like a roar.
And I just admire how clean the cut is of
Yep.
the head.
Good old taxidermy.
So there's really not much in the room I went into. Right?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing in there.
Well, yes, I'm gonna go upstairs with Eric.
All right.
Who's Eric?
I mean, Eurus. Sorry.
Where do I go?
You're just following him, playing follow the leader, right?
You can follow whoever you want.
It's up to you.
Okay. No, I ask his character.
Oh. I mean,
Like, you have that conversation.
yeah.
Where do I go?
Go follow Critias. Go follow Critias.
Why?
I don't think it works because I treat him really badly already.
He's like,
He might be stupid, but I don't think he's that stupid.
he's kind of like,
So we'll find out.
yeah. He's like, nah, I'm good. But
I'll keep a lookout outside.
All right.
So I go
Hey, I
outside.
think
Sukna.
Skuna was looking for you.
Yeah.
Skuna.
Skuna was eyeing him.
So I quickly go outside to take a look at the outer edges.
Skuna, go talk.
He goes
All
to
right.
take a look at Skuna.
Skuna. So you're gonna go outside. You're heading
Skuna or
upstairs.
Skuna later.
Skuna
later.
Matata.
Eurus is upstairs. You're heading upstairs. You're at the bar. So as you're going around the room and looking at everyone that's in there, Critias, you just see a lot of patrons that are drinking. A couple of loud ones. The barmaids are dropping off drinks and food. Skuna's keeping an eye on the Goliath. You see the Goliath walk outside.
How is she eyeing him?
Just kind of like, not staring him down, but like just kind of keeping an eye on like where he's at. She gives a scan to the room and just and goes back to him after she gives a scan to the room. And then as he walks outside, she just watches him
You just
kind
really
of go
want a
outside.
baby.
And then, yeah. So what we'll do is have the upstairs. Let me see, can I get both of these? There we go.
It's a plane. It's a person. It's a Goliath.
Where's that? Oh, there we go.
You're knocking down all the chests.
Yeah. It's all good.
They're
Those
bar,
chests
they're
don't mean
all-
nothing
they're all
anyway.
drunk.
They don't mean nothing anyway. So, yeah, so with that,
That's what the upstairs looks like?
yes.
Okay. Well, I'll eventually finish my ale, and then I'll work my way upstairs as well.
Okay. So at the far table,
Because I don't see anything.
Hey, look,
Really?
there's my old character. Orsic.
I don't think that's Orsic.
not him specifically, but a dwarf. So you see 4 people at the far side there, Eurus. As you're coming up the stairs, you see the 4 people there playing a game
That's
at the far table.
Tommy. I don't think you...
Yeah.
Oh, he wanted to search. That's right.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
forgot he
I'm
wanted
searching
upstairs.
outside.
Yeah. You went outside, you're still by the bar.
Well, I said I'm going to work my way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, a few minutes, and then if you want to head that way,
Yeah.
We'll just have you on the stairs right behind
Okay.
old Rough McGruff over there.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog.
But so you said you were gonna head on up and start. You were gonna start mingling around there, Eurus.
Yeah.
Okay. So what will happen? You basically, as you start edging the top of the stairs, you see that the human female kind of looks up and sees you kind of cresting the top of the stairs, hitting that top landing, and she's like, "Huh." She kind of like throws you a quick glance, but then goes back to the game that she's currently in the midst of playing. So she took note of you like coming upstairs, but that was about it.
Okay. Is there anybody just that's kind of standing around watching the game, or is it the people are just the people at the game, and then everybody else is kind of doing their own thing, or?
Yeah. There's not anybody else that's really in the room up here. You can see as you reach this upper area, you can kind of see that this is a common area in between all of the bedrooms. There's a number of different doors, a couple of couches. Again, 2 long, 10-foot long tables that have a bunch of chairs around them. They are at the far table. But yeah, no, that's pretty much. You don't see any other people up here. Most of them are downstairs drinking. But there's no other real activity going on the second floor right away. You got some lanterns that are lit and hanging from the rafters. There's not any windows to this room because it's a completely internal room. So there's not any windows, just a lot of doors. Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Cricket.
I look
So,
at.
yep. What are you guys doing?
I basically just take a tour around the building, seeing if anything's looking suspicious or.
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
Okay, will my roll count this time?
No, it'll count.
It
It's
always
just,
counts.
will it like?
Will it be good?
14.
Okay. So you do a quick perimeter walk. And not really anything that stands out that you notice. Nothing strange or odd. I mean, just normal people walking up and down the streets. Even going around the perimeter, you see that there's like a lot of different windows. You can see a couple of windows that look into the back kitchen. And you just see that same cook that you kind of noticed before. He's just chopping away, and you see him grab like a handful of stuff, and he turns around. He kind of reaches around a little bit, and he's like, whoop, and you see him drop it into a pot. And then he spins back around and goes to chopping and mixing stuff together, cooking, basically just cooking up a bunch of stuff.
And after I smell the food, like.
Yeah, you can smell it out back.
Like it's an aroma of wonderful smell. I just smile to myself, but then I go back to my usual.
Go back to your perimeter walk.
And after I finish my perimeter walk, I go back in and try to look for one of my friends.
Okay. So yeah, you're able, after a quick perimeter walk, you're able to get to the stairs. I think you're going to be on the stairs about the time that he comes back and makes it. So you guys will be able to basically round off and come up the stairs. Eurus, so you came upstairs, were you going to go talk to him? What were you going to do when you got up the stairs?
Just kind of. Well, I mean, I don't want to mess with them in the middle of their game. I'm just kind of like seeing what's going on. I was looking for a human female. It seems like I've eyeballed one. Does this? No, I'm not sure. He just said she was a human female. He didn't give us any description of her at all. We probably didn't ask either.
She looks like she's
Yeah.
a bandit. Is kind of what.
Yeah, kind of like a bandit type look. I mean,
Does
that's
she look like a
essentially.
bandit?
Yeah. You can kind of look at her and just get that, like she's got a not just a commoner kind of look to her, between like the clothing and the stuff that she's wearing, and actually give me a perception check.
15.
Okay, so with that, you can tell from looking at her, not only her, but the other people that are at the table as well. They're not geared well, but you can tell that they are well armed enough. From the stuff that you can see, you can kind of see that she has, swords and stuff on her, and you can kind of tell she's got a little bit more than just a commoner look to her.
Okay.
So you can probably get a sense basically that it's highly likely who you're looking for. So yeah. What you gonna do?
Are there any extra chairs around? Like, would it?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of chairs.
You ever feel like if he sat down and kind of hung out and watched for a little bit, if they would get odd or?
Yeah. Now, as you get closer, you actually see the human female kind of perks up and looks over at you, and she's like, "Oh, do you happen to have any coin available? Would you like to join us for a round?"
That depends on the name of the game.
Ooh. Oh, let me see. What do they say exactly what she is?
Are you all right?
Who's tired?
Baldur's Bones.
Well, don't worry.
All those bones.
Yes. She states that they are pretty much playing Baldur's Bones.
Would Eurus know what that is?
Yes. You would pretty well. Roll me an intelligence check. We'll see how well your character knows it.
I think my character might know
8.
it, but I'm just
An
trying
8.
to find.
You know of the game and like some of the general rules of how it's played, but you've never actually like sat and played it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But she kind of looks at you and she says, "Oh yeah, we're playing around with Baldur's Bones.
My bones.
If you'd like to get in, it'll say 1 gold ante, and we'll be happy to get you in for a round."
Yeah, I've never been known to turn down an invitation.
Awesome. So as you sit down at the table, you can sit at the end of the table to her left, basically, which you'll be at like the end of the table because she's got 2 people in front of her, and then she's got another dwarf to her right. So you're able to sit down, and basically she gives you a quick breakdown. So each player puts an agreed ante into the pot. Each player rolls 3 dice. Play then proceeds clockwise around the table with the host of the game going last. On their turn, a player can choose to stand or roll. If the player stands, the next player can take a turn. A player who rolls takes an additional die and rolls it. If the total of their dice exceeds 21, they bust and are out of the game. Otherwise, they can keep rolling additional dice until they either stand or break. After everyone has had a turn, the highest point total wins the hand and takes the pot.
So it's 21 with dice.
Yes.
Or blackjack with dice.
Yeah.
Was that how the book has it, or are
That's
you wrote
exactly from...
That is awesome.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like Spoils of War.
Yeah.
I had that feeling, but no, it's blackjack with dice. Might have to do this one day. Might have to play.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So
How are we
above
gonna
the
find
table,
bones
Eurus
to
is
do it?
proficient with the dice
I'm
set.
joking with the bones.
Yeah.
I know.
Roll these, and so I have 5. I
Yeah.
can keep rolling.
So basically, she's like, "Oh, we can give you some extra dice here." So she gives you, a couple of extra dice
That's
to
3 dice.
roll in order to jump into the game. So you gonna throw a gold into the ante pot?
Yeah, I already took it off my my count.
Okay. Cool. So yeah.
What time while this is happening, when do I get to the top of the steps?
I'll say after the first round plays, you guys as a group just basically come up the stairs after he's gotten in a round with the people that are up here.
Okay, so
Not yet. He's got to play the round.
So what we'll do is actually roll me roll me 3 d6s.
Okay. Now I've got proficiency with dice.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, roll me 3 actual d6s, and then what I'll do is have you do a d20 performance.
Okay, so that's 9, and then performance.
Yeah.
23.
Okay. All right. So with that, so as the game goes on, you see that there's the first dwarf ends up standing where he's at. The second guy ends up rolling 2 more d6s and ends up busting, and then the third dwarf ends up rolling his dice, or he rolls a set and then he stands.
Okay.
So he's got 4 dice in, and then she's got 3 dice in. And then, let me see. Okay. And then after she rolls her 4th one, she ends up staying where she's at.
Okay. So can I take another 6?
Yeah, roll another d6.
That's a 1. So I'll take another 1. So that's a total of 10.
Ah.
That's a 5. So that's 15 total.
Yeah.
Might as well roll one more
So
time.
what are you gonna keep going?
Yeah, I want to hit 1 more.
Go for it.
You can't bust on 15.
Yeah.
I can't. Yep. So that's I got a 19 total. So that's a 4.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna stop on that 19.
Awesome. So, and actually, so they roll. Everyone had to turn highest total. So you see that she actually has exactly 21 on her dice. She's got 4. She's
Can
got
I make
20.
a perception check to see if she was?
Cheating?
Yes. That.
So you can do. It really wouldn't be a perception check. It would be.
Insight, wouldn't it?
Do me an insight. Yeah, it'd be an insight roll.
Nope. 4.
Yeah, you think everything's legit. You're like, damn, she's good. But yeah. So yeah, no, you get that, and she runs up onto the table. She reaches up onto the table and scoops the gold up into her lap, into a bag.
Boobies and
While she's doing that, can I see
down her shirt. What?
if I see any like spirit? Well, no, not specifically for that, but just like looking for dice in any pockets or like down her sleeve or anything like that.
Give me an investigation now, because really you're not actually like inspecting anything. You're just give me a perception check.
13.
13.
Probably not.
So nothing that you can notice. I mean, it looks legit and solid. Like you don't see anything that looks funny. You don't like notice anything like it.
Yeah, but if I know she's Tarina, and she's supposed
We're
to
up
be
at
kind
the
of
top of the
sketchy.
steps now,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah. You can still have
I think I was waiting.
like that gut feeling, but nothing that you've seen or nothing that you've
Yeah. I don't
looked
have any
at.
evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
By the time I get to the top of the steps, could I walk? Is this a chair or a couch?
That's
or
a door.
That's a door. Okay.
Yeah.
This right here is a couch, though.
Yep.
Correct.
That's okay.
All right. So I'm actually gonna work my way up to here and sit down and watch the table.
Okay. And what do you
So,
guys?
oh yeah, go ahead, guys.
Yeah. What do you guys? So you guys all basically come up the stairs about the same time. What do you guys end up doing?
I've already
Well,
done my thing.
I walk over to see what's going on
You
at the
sleeping,
table.
Tommy?
Just tired, sorry.
Nah, you good, dude? You just gonna go over to the table and have a
And-
seat, or you just gonna stand up? What are you gonna do?
Sit down
Sit
and see what's going on, and what do I see since I didn't.
So they got done with a round of the dice game, Baldur's Dice.
Hey, I'll be right back while you guys are talking. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go for it. So you sit down and you see that they're playing Baldur's Dice.
With
Uh,
bones.
Well, dice. Baldur's Bones is dice.
Because I play with bones. My character plays.
It's dice.
Yeah.
You
They
pick
call
bones.
they
it's
call
called,
dice bones
yeah.
because they actually used to carve them out of bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why they call it bones. Like if you play dominoes, people called it bones
Yes.
because they used to be made out of bone.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah.
that's This is the same thing. They didn't have acrylic back in the day. They had actual bones or stone or different stuff like that, which is actually kind of cool. I think they just did like a geologist or something where they actually found a old stone D20.
Oh wow.
Like for real, it was a 20-sided little like
Stone.
ball that was
Oh, that's awesome.
carved just like this. They were like, I think this. They were laughing at. They made it sound. They were like, there's no other way to say it, but it looks like this is an old archaic D20. And they were talking about it and stuff. I saw an article on it. I was like,
That is really cool.
that's freaking awesome. So check that out. Look it up. Some kind of
Well,
thousands of years ago, they were playing D&D, imagining the future.
and they were also playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In Egypt.
Oh God. They find one Egyptian god card in some kind of tomb somewhere. I quit. I'm done. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
Well, actually, well, that's
And then,
later.
Yeah.
So, I look at the table and I notice them playing with dice, not bones that I have.
Same
Your
thing.
bones are dice.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah,
called
it's the
bones.
same
This
thing.
is dice.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just put
Yeah.
bones because that's what you wrote down.
That's what they're called, but it's
Okay.
the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I notice what they're doing, and I start bringing out my dice as if ready to play.
Yeah.
Can I play? I say,
She's like, yeah, you're welcome to Annie in if you would like. It's
Eh?
1 gold to start, and then we can go around the table. We'll get you another set of bones to go ahead and jump in, or if you've got your own set, go ahead and pull them on out.
I don't get. I don't.
You
Not-
have, you have bones.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Now this is off the record. My character is lying now, getting ready to lie. By
Okay,
saying
what do
he
you-
doesn't gamble
Okay.
because he has one hand on the table and one hand under, trying to feel around for somebody else's gold. Remember, my
You're
character
not
is also
close to
being-
any of the people.
You're-
Like, you're a
You're
little
on
ways
the
away.
edge of the
Yeah.
head of the table.
I mean, you can
Okay.
go and sit next to somebody if you want, but like you're at the end of the table. So I mean, if you want, there's a human guy here, and then there's a dwarf over here.
Dwarf. My character
Sit next
really
to the
thinks
dwarf.
dwarfs are stupid.
So you sit next to the
Your
dwarf.
character should talk.
So, and you said you're gonna sit down and try to feel around for gold.
Yeah, one hand on the table, the other one just reaching down on the ground, seeing if there's any gold lying there.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand roll.
While I'm on the couch, I'm actually just gonna watch the group to see if I can see any foul play.
Give me a perception roll.
Sleight of hand, 13.
13. Okay.
Perception's
I mean-
19.
Okay.
Remember, my character is also a criminal. So.
Yeah. So with that, you don't end up finding anything. Like there's no gold on the floor or anything. Now, are you going to are you reaching into his pockets? Are you trying to reach into take the gold off of him, or are you just trying to see if there's gold on the floor?
On the floor close by him, like by his
Okay.
feet or...
Yeah. No, nothing that you can.
Doesn't seem like a criminal thing. To do.
Nothing on the floor, or nothing like anybody dropped any gold. or
And
anything
then
like
I
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Cool.
slowly, because I'm trying to grace his money pouch as I'm reaching my
Yeah.
hand up.
Okay, so now you're reaching for his money pouch.
No. As my hand is going up, I'm trying to also try to see if I could feel with the back of my hand if there's a money pouch or anything.
Yeah.
Your hand that's the size of like a
So
softball.
give me another sleight of hand.
What did I walk
18.
into?
18. So you're able to kind of finagle your way to see if there's anything, but you don't end up. So you see that there's like a little pouch hanging off of his hip, and you're able to like kind of like bump your hand against it on the way up, but it doesn't jingle or anything, which is funny because that dwarf ends up, getting up from the table and he's like, "Damn it, I've lost all my gold tonight." And he actually like pushes away from the table. And he's like, "I better get out of here before I lose anything else.
Sit.
Lose my shirt."
I point to the table and say sit. Because my character's about ready to have some fun.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not sitting. I'm out of gold. The only thing else I've got is my weaponry and my shield. I'm not offering that up. What adventurer would I be going in there with a stick?"
What kind of shield? What kind of symbols on his shield?
No, not really any symbol.
Nothing,
It's
okay.
just like a basic wooden shield.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing spectacular.
Okay. Same thing, I guess, with his axe or
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
he's got.
weapon is.
If I win, we split.
He's like, "But I don't have anything. If you have a gold to put in for me, I'll stick around."
No.
He's like, "Well, not anything else I can do." So he kind of poutingly like stomps off and leaves. The other two are still upstairs with you all.
I'm actually gonna look at Rough McGruff and just kind of like slightly like point my head to the open chair, like just kind of like nudge my head towards the open
I'll
chair.
move my character to that chair.
You're gonna go sit. All right, so you guys are flanking the human female. She kind of looks for a second. And she's like, "Okay." And so she turns to you and she's like, "Oh, we're playing Baldur's Bones. If you'd like to ante in, it'll be 1 gold and we'll do another round."
Sure.
I put down one of my gold pieces.
Put down 1 gold.
Yep.
Eurus, you put down a gold?
Yeah, I'll do one more, but I was going to say something about how I'll just make a comment about. Looks like the odds favor the house tonight. After the last one, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So yeah, after
But
you.
this time, I am actively paying attention with that 21. I am actively paying attention to because
You get an inkling something's going on, but you weren't able to catch it.
yep,
Yeah.
I'm actively paying attention. I don't say anything because I don't want to draw attention that I'm paying attention to it, but I'm looking.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So,
What I want to do real quick is I want to take. That's a chair that's directly in front of me, right?
yes.
I want to take that chair, turn it around, prop my feet up on it while I'm sitting on the couch, looking like I'm just waiting, but I'm still watching the table.
Okay. So you're able to do that one. The dwarf and the human across from her, they kind of look at you guys and they're like, "Okay, got a whole new set of people at the table. We'll do this." So both of them, they get kind of chipper, like, "Oh yeah." So they throw their gold into the pot. You threw in a gold. You threw in a gold. You see her come up and she throws in a gold. And then, so yeah, she's like, "Okay, then let's roll this again." So everybody roll 3d6s.
Roll 3d6s.
Yes.
6, 5, 2.
One.
Add it together.
13.
Yep, 13.
All right.
With me being proficient, do you need me to roll anything else, George?
Being proficient with dice.
Yeah, I don't know if that actually helps me here. Or...
Well, he's proficient with dice as well, so
Yeah.
he would get it.
So what I'll do is, since you guys are proficient with it, on this one, since I know he's actively watching, are you watching anybody? Are you doing it, or are you just playing the game?
I'm watching because this is part of also my character's backstory with.
Just say what you're wanting to do.
I'm rolling and also watching, trying to see if I can do a sleight of hand underneath the table,
You
trying to
can't
steal them.
reach anybody. You're beside him. He's the one you're going to pickpocket.
Yeah, the only one
giving me
the only
hints
one you're
underneath
next
the
to
table.
is your own guy.
The dwarf's gone. Then you have
Yeah.
the two people across the
Now,
table.
if you want to shift around the table, you can shift around the table.
Well, I'm going to then shift around the table,
Okay.
trying to.
Yeah.
Because I only have 1 gold and left after
Yeah.
this.
No, that's fine.
If
you
you
can shift
lose.
around. So.
And again, remember, I'm actively watching the table kind of as well.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
what
know
we'll
I'm a
end
little
up
farther
doing.
away, but I want to. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, what I'll do is I will roll for the other 2 guys as well.
Actually, do you want me to roll for one of the other ones?
No, I got it. All right. So he's got. Ooh. Okay. He's there. Let's see who's the other guy. Oh, he's gonna stay there. Okay. And then. All right. So, the other 2 guys, they end up staying on what they have. And then, Vincent, you had 13. You going to stay on that, or you going to roll?
Roll.
You're going to roll another D6 and add it to it.
4.
4,
So 17.
10, 17. You're going to stay, you're going to keep going.
Stay.
You're going to stay? Okay. All right. You, 3D6s.
Right, 3d6s.
Yep.
10,
17,
17.
1, 1, and 2.
Oh, 4. Roll again. You got add
No,
to it.
Add. So
Roll,
you keep.
roll more D6s and add to it.
So 4. 1, 1, 4.
Oh shit! So that's what 6. You're at 12 on 6 dice. You're gonna keep
going.
rolling.
8. So 12 plus 8 would be 20.
20.
21.
Yeah.
You gonna stay?
I'm staying at 21.
Staying at 21.
We're
Okay.
at 9 dice.
All right. Let's see what she got.
I don't know if the number of dice.
21 is the
relevant.
number you say. If you go any higher than 21, you kind of.
Yep.
Well, you do bust, but I just didn't know if the number of dice was relevant.
Ooh. Okay. So you see her roll off, and she ends up on a 21 as well. And
Yeah,
at this point, you kind of notice Eurus. You kind of watch her as she's rolling, and it's just kind of odd because the way her dice land just doesn't look right. Like it looks kind of weird. It just looks off. It doesn't look, it doesn't look as random as you was like expect. You're good with dice. You've seen a lot of play with them. Same thing with Engross. Like you can kind of tell you guys are proficient with dice rolling in those games, and you kind of notice it's like something's kind of fishy about the dice she's using.
You gave me loaded dice.
Guard. Harass her.
But yeah, so go ahead, Eurus, with your roll.
I got 10. I'm going to take 2 more.
Do it.
18. I got to do 1 more to try to get a. Bust, but I'm going to try to. That's 24.
-3.
What are the chances, with me being proficient, what are the chances that if I have an 18, that I would know a trick to be able to roll a 4?
Give me a 3. A 4
You
gives
want
you
me to make a sleight
22.
of hand check or a deception check?
Yeah, I would say a sleight of hand check to see if you would be able to.
14.
14. I'd say you'd be able to with that. Actually, do it with proficiency, or advantage. My bad.
Okay. That's better. 20 total.
Yeah. With that, you'd be able to kind of finagle the roll just well enough to be able to match that 21.
Okay.
So, yes. So with that, it's 3-way tie between you, her, and Rough McGruff. The other two were like, lost again. Come on. You see the human like pat the dwarf on the shoulder. He's like, come on. We've lost enough money in here tonight. And you see her, she splits the pot with you two, and they get up and start walking away from the table. You'll get because it was what, 5 gold between 3 of you. I mean, you'll get, I'll just say 2 gold apiece. Yeah. But yeah, so with that, basically she's like, luck is with me tonight.
Interesting set of dice you got there.
She's like, yeah, these are an heirloom that was handed
Magnetic?
down from my grandfather to me. It's they're very sentimental to me.
May I see?
No, I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a good idea for me to let anybody else take any of my luck tonight with letting anybody else handle my dice. So you guys interested in another round?
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna.
You wouldn't mind just us taking a closer look now, would you? And I'll cast Charm Person.
You're gonna cast Charm Person, are?
I am. Wisdom 14. Save.
You got a lot of wisdom.
I want to use.
All I know is this is someone who's probably gonna give us a mission, and we're charming them.
That's fine with me.
Not if they become hostile afterwards. Then we won't have anything to do.
Well, not if we're not hostile while we're getting that information from her.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure charm they find out that you've been charmed. They've been charmed, and
I haven't
It doesn't
found out.
say they become hostile. It just says that they know.
yeah.
I don't find
But
out.
that's an hour.
Yeah. No bonus. She rolled a 17.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
She knows I tried to cast her.
Yeah. So, as you do that, she gets very defensive and hops up and ends up grabbing. What does this bitch
Hang on.
have?
George,
Scimitar.
before that was going to happen, I was actually going to move and sit at this table, back to the table, and put my feet up on,
You all right,
or
Tom?
turn this chair around that was at the table, turn around and prop my feet up. So I'm just changing my position. So
Yeah.
before he does,
Okay.
while the dice is being rolled, I'm moving that once they leave.
Okay. So you go and sit down, and then
that
kick
way.
your feet up, and then Eurus tries to do the Charm Person, which does not take. As that happens, she pushes her chair back and jumps up away from the table and grabs her scimitar and holds it out. She's like, who sent you guys?
Insert name.
It's
I can't remember his name.
Zod.
It's such a weird name.
Zod.
She's like,
It's the only one I didn't write down.
Yeah, Zod.
So she looks over at
Zod.
Critias and she's
I
like,
knew it was a Z.
so she looks at Eurus and Critias. She's like, Zod? Captain Zod sent you guys? Did he
Yeah,
tell
he told
you
us
that?
to look for Tarina. I'm guessing that's you.
That would be me. What are you guys? I'm not sure what's happening here. I feel like some kind of weird mojo hojo stuff just tried to take place, but I don't know. I don't like you guys.
Well, I was just trying to figure out why your dice were being weird.
He's like, yeah.
My first rodeo, honey.
I slowly whisper to her if am I close by to her?
You're across the table from her.
Okay,
Like diagonally.
I whispered to her saying, "Good." I just job.
You're pointing to yourself and saying good, or to
to her and saying, or to the dice, because I'm a criminal, so I kind of know something's going on.
Oh,
and
you're basically saying like her skills are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good skills.
She's like, yeah, you learn that after you're on the high seas for a little while. She's still got her scimitar out, and she's like, just panning back and forth to each one of you. She's like, you pick up some skills and some tricks to the trade here and there.
I point and say cheating.
No cheat.
You're pointing at...
Yes, I point at her and look at
Engross.
what's your name again?
Gross.
Engross, and say cheating.
No.
She kind of stops for a second. She's like, it's only cheating
But it's
if you
okay,
get
sweetheart.
caught.
We ain't here to talk about that. We're here to give you a hand with whatever you need.
And on her on the response of when you said it's only cheating if you get caught, my character is just gonna very calmly say, and us calling you out is
She's
not
like,
getting caught.
it is unfortunate, but Zod sent you.
It ain't no thing. Just we'll call that an investment in our future.
She's like, give me a persuasion roll.
I want to. Can I assist him on this somehow? To give him like advantage.
Yeah, you could do it with
he's
advantage.
got a better because on persuasion I know he's got a higher number. Than me.
Yeah.
Shit, they were both terrible. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh my
7
god.
was my highest.
And I'm not over there. I can't jinx you.
That sucks. I've got a +4 to persuasion. I was in my wheelhouse, man.
I mean, she
Damn
kind of loosens up a little bit, and she's like, I don't like you guys,
That
but
sucks.
if Zod sent you, he's got good reason to send you. If he sent you to come for me, what do you guys what's he looking for? What do you guys need?
First, good skill.
Thank you.
I
What are you guys looking for?
I hold out my hand as if trying
I'm
to shake it. Because I congratulate her.
Yeah. Oh, you're reaching out to shake her hand?
Yes.
She's like, okay. Just don't squish my hand.
I don't, but as I'm slowly, I'm using sleight of hand to remove one of her bones and replace it with one of mine.
Yeah, she's got them in her pocket.
Oh.
She's just reaching out her hand.
Yeah, I just thought afterwards I could do this with my other hand.
you have a table in between you and her.
Yeah, no.
That's gonna be a very
Yeah, that'd
interesting
be-
sleight of hand.
Yeah, that'd
Okay.
be a rough one to try from across the table.
I'm gonna say
Okay, bad attempt.
So,
Well, no, I mean, not a bad idea. You're just not in the right spot.
and
to
see
do it.
that's the thing. Take into account positioning is important. Location's
Like
important.
if you were up next to her, yeah, you could
Yeah.
probably try it.
Yeah.
But you're across the table from her.
All right. So what I'm gonna do in response to say what she's looking for, I'm gonna say, we heard that you were looking for followers of the Dead 3.
No. You guys are looking for information on the Dead 3.
Yes.
She's got the information.
Oh, she has the information. Okay, I misunderstood
She's the
that.
informant for Zod.
We were sent by Zodge, and we're trying to get information regarding the Dead 3. The followers of the Dead 3.
Wow, you guys are on the trail of those boys, huh?
Among others.
Well, you know what? What we can do is this. And as she starts to try to talk, you guys, almost like there's a sound system going off
Oh no.
in the entire building. You start to hear
Like an
a
alarm?
very, very nice, very gorgeous, soothing,
Oh no.
smooth voice singing a song.
Damn it, Eurus! You woke the ghost.
Just had chili for dinner.
Does anybody can anybody speak elf? Elvish?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
Comment.
as the song goes on, you start to, and it's a very nice, very very soft sounding song. So let me see.
Can I try to familiarize myself with the tone?
Yeah,
I'll
you'd
try
be
to
able
duplicate
to.
it later on my own time.
Yeah. Actually, I'd give you basically phonetically as the bard. Roll me. Actually, just put elf song, and next to it write like advantage on the phonetics. So basically, what I'll say is you're going to be able, as a bard, to like mimic the song. And what you'll do is basically do a performance roll to see if you can like mimic it like exactly, or if you're just like rough mimicking. You know, if you're trying to repeat any of the sections of the song later on.
Because he doesn't understand the language, but he can just repeat
Song-wise.
Song-wise, he can repeat. Okay.
Yep.
I'm following.
Yeah, just play it with my instruments. Is
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Well, there's actual like song lyrics to the song. It's not just a beat. Yeah, it's an
I
actual
know a song that gets on everybody's nerves. Everybody's nerves.
Yeah, but no, I'd say
I will
you'd be
throw you
able
through the
to
table.
phonetically like
I'll
mimic
throw
it
him through the table.
like later on if you were trying to repeat it to somebody, you could try and basically like
table
sing
match.
it, recreate it for somebody, and depending on your
For
role,
my character?
you know, you might do
Why?
almost exactly how it was being sung and how you heard it,
Gotcha, yeah.
or
Yeah,
just
totally.
rough generalization on it.
So basically, I'll get an advantage on a performance check for that later.
Yep.
Kind of. Okay.
Yes.
Sweet.